Welcome to Top Secret Spots. Today we're diving into the heart of Tokyo to uncover hidden gems that locals love but tourists often miss. Ready to explore? Let's go. Right off the bat, let's talk about Yanaka. This is Tokyo frozen in time, a place where the spirit of old Edo still lingers in the air. Imagine strolling down narrow lanes, sunlight dappling through the leaves of ancient trees overhead. You hear the rhythmic clatter of Geta sandals on the pavement, and the air is filled with the scent of incense drifting from a nearby temple. This is Yanaka, a district that by some miracle survived the fire bombings of World War II. It's like stepping back into the pages of a history book. You'll find traditional wooden houses with tiled roofs, their weathered facades whispering tales of generations past. Peek into the windows of family-run shops, some of which have been in operation for over a century, selling everything from handcrafted ceramics to traditional sweets. And don't even get me started on the cats. Yanaka is famous for its feline residents, who laze about in sunbeams and watch the world go by with an air of aloof indifference. One of my favorite things to do in Yanaka is to simply wander aimlessly, soaking up the atmosphere. Every twist and turn reveals something new and fascinating, whether it's a hidden shrine tucked away down a side street or a group of elderly gentlemen enjoying a game of shogi in the park. But if you're looking for a more structured experience, I highly recommend a visit to Yanaka Cemetery. Yanaka Cemetery is a serene oasis in the heart of the city, a place where time seems to slow down. It's particularly stunning in the spring when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, transforming the cemetery into a sea of delicate pink petals. Take a stroll along the winding paths, pay your respects at the moss-covered tombs, and just breathe in the tranquility of it all. Before you leave Yanaka, make sure to grab a bite to eat at one of the many traditional restaurants in the area. I'm talking about steaming bowls of ramen, fluffy pancakes filled with sweet red bean paste, and melt-in-your-mouth mochi. Yanaka is a feast for the senses, and you won't want to leave on an empty stomach. Next up on our whirlwind tour of Tokyo's hidden treasures is Kagurazaka, a neighborhood that's as enchanting as its name suggests. Now, if Yanaka is all about old-world charm, Kagurazaka is where tradition meets trend. It's a place where you can sip matcha in a 100-year-old tea house one minute and then stumble upon a cutting-edge art gallery the next. The heart of Kagurazaka is its main street, a gently sloping road lined with boutiques, restaurants, and traditional Japanese inns known as ryokan. But don't be fooled by the modern facade. Kagurazaka has a rich history, and it's best explored by venturing off the beaten path and into its maze of narrow back streets. These alleys, known as roji, are like portals to another time, lined with traditional wooden buildings and adorned with delicate paper lanterns. You might even catch a glimpse of a geisha hurrying to an appointment, her silk kimono rustling softly as she walks. Kagurazaka has a long and storied history with geisha, and it's still one of the best places in Tokyo to see them perform. If you're lucky, you might even be able to catch a glimpse of a geisha district, known as a hanamachi. These areas are usually hidden away from the main streets and are characterized by their traditional architecture and air of exclusivity. But even if you don't spot a geisha, there's still plenty to see and do in Kagurazaka. I highly recommend checking out one of the many traditional tea houses in the area. These tranquil oases offer a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of city life. And if you're feeling peckish, Kagurazaka has got you covered. The area is a foodie's paradise with everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to hole-in-the-wall ramen shops. Kagurazaka has a surprisingly large number of French restaurants, many of which are run by chefs who trained in France. So, whether you're a history buff, a foodie, or just looking for a unique and unforgettable experience, be sure to add Kagurazaka to your Tokyo itinerary. Chapter 3. Nezu Shrine, a hidden sanctuary. So we've strolled through the nostalgic streets of Yanaka and experienced the fusion of tradition and trend in Kagurazaka. Now get ready to be wowed by a riot of color, because our next stop is Nezu Shrine, a hidden gem that's often overlooked by visitors. Tucked away in a quiet residential neighborhood, Nezu Shrine is one of Tokyo's oldest and most beautiful shrines, dating back to the 18th century. As you approach the shrine, you'll be greeted by a sight that will stop you in your tracks. A tunnel of vibrant red torii gates, winding their way up a hillside like a fiery dragon. These gates, known as Senban torii, are a signature feature of many Shinto shrines, but there's something truly magical about the ones at Nezu Shrine. As you pass through the tunnel of torii gates, you'll feel a sense of peace wash over you. It's like stepping into another world, one that's free from the noise and chaos of the city outside. The main hall of Nezu Shrine is a sight to behold, with its intricate carvings, sweeping roof lines, and vibrant red lacquer. But the real star of the show at Nezu Shrine is the garden. This tranquil oasis is a riot of color, especially during the azalea season in spring. Imagine thousands of azaleas in full bloom, their vibrant hues of pink, red, and purple creating a breathtaking tapestry of color. The garden at Nezu Shrine is a feast for the senses, and it's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. Find a quiet spot under a shady tree, close your eyes, and just breathe. Chapter 4, Shimokitazawa, Tokyo's hipster haven. Alright, are you ready for a change of pace? Because we're about to dive headfirst into the heart of Tokyo's hipster scene, Shimokitazawa, or Shimokita as the cool kids call it. Now, if you're tired of the polished perfection of Tokyo's more touristy areas, then Shimokita is the place for you. This bohemian neighborhood is all about individuality, creativity, and a healthy dose of vintage cool. Imagine a place where vintage clothing stores overflow with retro finds, independent coffee shops serve up artisan brews, and live music spills out onto the streets from every other doorway. This is where Tokyo's young and trendy come to express themselves, to find unique treasures, and to soak up the vibrant atmosphere. Forget your polished department stores and high-end boutiques. In Shimokita, it's all about one-of-a-kind finds, whether it's a vintage kimono, a hand-painted tote bag, or a first-edition vinyl record. The streets are a treasure trove of vintage clothing stores, each one more tempting than the last. You'll find everything from 70s flares and 80s denim jackets to vintage band tees and quirky accessories. But Shimokita is more than just a shopping destination. It's a hub for creativity, with a thriving live music scene, independent theaters, and art galleries showcasing the work of up-and-coming artists. Spend an evening hopping between dimly lit bars, each one with its own unique vibe and musical offerings. Shimokita is also a foodie's paradise with a diverse range of restaurants and cafes catering to every taste and budget. And of course, no visit to Shimokita would be complete without a stop at one of the many independent coffee shops. So, if you're looking for a taste of Tokyo's underground scene, a dose of vintage cool, or simply a break from the ordinary, then Shimokita is calling your name. Chapter 5, Todoroki Valley, an urban oasis. For our final secret spot, we're leaving the hustle and bustle of the city behind and escaping to a hidden oasis of tranquility, Todoroki Valley. It's hard to believe that a place like this exists within the sprawling metropolis of Tokyo. Just a short train ride from the neon-drenched streets of Shibuya, you'll find yourself transported to a world of lush greenery, babbling brooks, and ancient temples. As you descend into the valley, the sounds of the city fade away, replaced by the gentle chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. Follow the winding path alongside the Yazawa River, its clear water flowing over moss-covered rocks. The valley is a haven for nature lovers with over 1,200 trees, including cherry blossoms in the spring and vibrant autumn leaves in the fall. Keep an eye out for local wildlife, including herons, kingfishers, and even the occasional Japanese squirrel. As you explore the valley, you'll come across several temples and shrines, each one a testament to the area's rich history and spiritual significance. Take a moment to pay your respects at Todoroki Fudosan Temple, the main temple in the valley, dedicated to Fudomyu, the Buddhist deity of fire. For a truly immersive experience, stop by the tea house located within the valley. This traditional wooden structure offers stunning views of the surrounding greenery and the perfect spot to relax and recharge. Todoroki Valley is a reminder that even in the midst of urban chaos, pockets of tranquility and natural beauty can still be found. So, next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the city, escape to this hidden oasis and reconnect with nature. Thanks for joining us on this adventure through Tokyo's top secret spots. These hidden gems are waiting to be explored, so next time you're in the city, make sure to check them out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more secret spots around the world. See you in the next episode.